So we just released the door from the clamps. It was able to set up overnight, so now we know we have a solid glued up door with nice joinery. And after that, we took it to the sliding table saw and did a cross cut on it to square up the top and bottom rail. And that's what I love about this sliding table saw here, the range of motion that you get. And this is like one of their smallest machines, the smallest machine I could find for the space that I have. So we did that to both sides, and now we're ready to show this thing some love. You can see it's got glue squeeze out. This was the underside. It's got, you know, marks from the bar clamps, and we got to sand it down. So we're gonna sand this thing down and then move on to making our molding. So this is me lifting the door solo for the first time. Go! This is no joke. No one's getting into this bathroom. So I've got the door completely sanded here and actually ready for finish. So what I'm gonna do now is make the molding for inside the panel. So this is gonna be a beaded molding, and for that I have my beaded router bit here. And this is the bit we're gonna be running our profile on for this molding. It's a simple beaded router bit, nothing too crazy for these interior doors. So I've got these setup blocks right here, and these are great for setting up your tooling. I use them a lot for my table saw blade. So that board right there for my molding is currently 3/4. So if I milled it out of that, you can see it is proud right there. So if I go down to 5/8 and I put that in right there, you can just see how perfectly flush we are. And that's exactly what I want right there. That is not sticking up at all. So we'll be perfectly flush. And that's why I've got to send that board through the planer. So I'll send it through the planer, then we can mill it on our router table. I've got my board here now milled down to the correct thickness. This is dead on with my setup block, and I found another offcut in my pile. So I went ahead and ran this one as well, and I'm gonna make more than enough moldings for what we need to trim this door out. All right, so here's all of our moldings. We should have more than enough for this whole entire door. So all this I can just flake off. Now I could have ran the blade just a hair closer and maybe got rid of that, but I didn't want to risk it because I didn't want to lose any of that portion right there, because that edge right there, the non-rounded part that's protruding out to the right there, that is what's actually giving me my shadow line. So the longer that is, the better for me. If it's real thin, then it's just gonna look like the bead is flat up against our stiles and rails, and we lose that feature there. So we're gonna clean all these up and get to trimming out these panels here. Okay. All right, guys. We have completed the build on the white oak door. And I gotta say, this is by far the coolest thing that we've ever made. I'm just gonna stand this up so you can get a look at it. Go. Okay, let me turn it this way. How's that for your interior doors? This is wild right here. This looks amazing. It's got just enough class without screaming for too much attention. 2-panel, traditional design, nothing crazy. If there's a tendency to like, you have the machinery to make it happen, is to like, oh, I could do this, I could do that. But I think less is more. Like the simplicity really just like, it doesn't scream at you like, hey, look at me. But when you do see it, you're like, oh, that's really nice. And that's what I think we accomplished that with this. So for the material for this, it was $460. So not bad at all, in my opinion. I mean, the labor cost was very expensive for 2 guys to, manufacture this door, but my labor was free, right? I'm just dedicating my time to figure this stuff out. Like you do all this work, mill all this stuff, lay all this out, and then this is the moment where you really, like, I just set it there, I'm standing back and looking at it, and I'm like, this is exactly it's better than what I envisioned. It's crazy. And I'm glad we went simple with the bead. I thought about doing, like an offset panel molding where it lips onto our stiles and rails, but then, it would be protruding out past the total thickness of the door, 1 3/4. And I'm like, you know what? These are interior doors. This isn't a front door. Let's just keep it all flush. Nothing coming out past the 1 3/4. And I think it was the perfect combination. Like, I don't know. Like this has probably been done before, a raised panel with the little bead. I've never seen it. It's just cool because I'm like coming up with this stuff, just envisioning it in my mind. It just looks so freaking cool. Did I mention that it looks cool? All right, I think I'm just kind of bragging now. So next video, we'll be putting the finish on here. We're doing something a little bit unorthodox. It's gonna be my first time trying it. We're gonna be brushing it on. That makes me really nervous.